South Africa is on a tipping point. On the one hand, the country has a lot going for it, but on the other hand, it faces pivotal economic challenges. Still, there's always a way to tip the scales towards prosperity.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the launch of the Swiss State Secretariat for Economic Affairs 2021 to 2024 Cooperation Program.
Today, we want to reaffirm our commitment and determination to continue our work towards our shared goals.
Switzerland's Economic Development Cooperation is an important pillar of the South African-Swiss partnership. The Embassy of Switzerland works in a comprehensive and collaborative way that allows us to maintain strong bilateral relations with South Africa and the region.
The Swiss government has been able to respond to our needs, and we have not expected and they have not provided any heavy lifting for the government of South Africa, but have opted to provide strategic support in areas of presidential priorities.
How do we get it right? I mean, how do we improve the current impasse that we seem to have around people sort of digging their heels in the different sectors?
It is far less on what we do, but how we do it. We have to be hands-on, practical, pragmatic in working together. And in the end, I think it is this being and pulling and pushing into the same direction that makes the difference. We have to focus. Therefore, how do you approach it? You find a theme, and here we focus on the competitiveness, how to support South Africa to become more competitive, but also to have a more sustainable growth.
In 2021, a new 4-year cooperation program has been set in motion. Our aim is to promote a more viable and resource-efficient private sector and to encourage reliable economic framework conditions. This is how South Africa will become a competitive economy with sustainable growth.
So if we are able to get the cities to drive this program of spatial transformation, right? So that means that they have got plans and strategies to really build their cities in, so that we are able to make sure that we reduce that economic distance and we increase economic densities.
If you look at where the economy is spatially located, it is in cities, and that's something that is not just unique to South Africa, it's quite a global. And cities have a tendency, and I think as Mali Jeng was saying, of agglomerating people, and people when they're together, they become innovative, they develop each other's skills, then suddenly are able to create social cohesion, to take advantage of the youth and the energy that they exude in order to then drive the economy.
Against the backdrop of a weak economy and a debt overhang in the public and private sectors, high employment, widening income disparities, and other structural impediments, the introduction of a deposit insurance scheme and a strengthened resolution framework is well-timed.
We have taken a decision that is the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition at the lead of the Ease of Doing Business program, and the National Treasury have decided to continue on with the reforms because they added a lot of value to the South African government. So we're trying to look at the entire value chain of facilitating investment into the country and moving that into the digital space.
So we need to really dig down and bridge that divide between what corporate South Africa is trying to do in terms of its interaction with value chains and supply chains from an enterprise development and supply development perspective, and what we need to do on the ground to build the capacity of entrepreneurs.
Kolisi was saying we can achieve anything if we work together. And for me, I think sometimes when we struggle, we should have these moments, these emotional moments where the diversity of South Africa makes South Africa better and more competitive than others.
It's still within our hands to move the country past the tipping point to a better future for all.